Hey, looking for a quick read? Something really fun? Something adventurous yet intriguing? Well, look no further, because yours truly just read a book. I just read You by Charles Benoit, which follows the life of Kyle Chase, your less than average teenager who happens to get into a lot of trouble in his life, which are some problems that a lot of teenagers can relate to. So through the course of the book, Kyle goes through lots of scenarios and situations that have some consequences that he has to deal with later on. Wait. So you want me to read a book about stuff that I'm already living? Like, what? No. I don't think you understand. Because this book is totally different. But I think the best way to know the book is to understand the character, the main character. So Kyle Chase isn't exactly your picture-perfect teenager. He gets in arguments with his parents, has problems looking for jobs, getting a driver's license, and keeping up with classwork and passing most of his classes. He gets into lots of trouble with some neighborhood kids and doesn't follow the most healthy of habits. In a way, you could label Kyle as a slacker. Kyle spends a lot of his time looking at his life and trying to figure out how he got there. He's the kind of kid that you would brush off and ignore. But when it gets down to it, he's not just some wallflower. He's actually somebody that's really nice and cares for lots of things and lots of people in his life. He kind of feels lost about himself, and everyone kind of loses faith and hope in him. However, he has lots of redeeming qualities that make up for it. He has a temper and a bit of a knack for violence, but nothing too major or concerning. He's raw, he's authentic, he's something that I can relate to. I was really drawn back to this book, and it wasn't that boring for me because the character development in the book built up a really good character that I wanted to know more about and led on a really good story. Well, there are some interesting stuff that goes on, and it all starts when Kyle meets this new kid at school, Zach. Zach has a really big influence on the story and Kyle's life. He is charming in the worst ways. He's charismatic but manipulative, and he thrives on seeing other people get messed up. However, it does really make him into a strong character. However, with Kyle, he leaves a really bad stigma, and there's a lot of his humor that leaves Kyle really uneasy. He also pressures Kyle into doing lots of bad stuff, but yet at the same time rewarding stuff. Near the beginning of the book, before Kyle meets Zach, Kyle got into a pretty big argument with one of the upperclassmen. The upperclassman thought that Kyle was trying to steal his wallet, but in reality, Kyle was just trying to return it to him. Kyle and the jock get in a fight, end up in the office. Kyle gets suspended, but the upperclassman walks away with no punishment. Later in the book, after Kyle meets Zach convinces Kyle that they should get revenge on the upperclassman for all the troubles that he's been causing Kyle. They sneak into the school one night after hours. They go to the upperclassman's locker, and they pry it open and totally go through all this stuff and turn it into a urinal. In my opinion, I like this book. It was a pretty good book, and it was well written. It had a gripping story that also at the same time had humor to it. And with such a raw, natural character like Kyle, it was really worth the investment of reading into. And it's a book that I would recommend to a friend who really likes mystery and a really gripping story. Thanks for watching. Peace.